Most countries build a transport system and call it done. Japan built one and then spent decades removing every single thing that could slow you down or confuse you. Not one thing, not five. There are at least 14 specific decisions baked into the physical infrastructure and the social rules that together eliminate almost every point of friction a commuter could hit. And when you see them listed out, you stop thinking of Japan's trains as impressive and start understanding exactly why moving through a Japanese city feels nothing like moving through any other city on Earth. Number 1. Suica and Pasmo IC cards for tap-and-go travel. Tokyo has dozens of separate rail operators, and in most cities that would mean a separate ticket for each one. Back in the 1990s, that's exactly how it worked in Japan too. Every time you crossed from one operator's network to another, you bought a new ticket, which meant more queues, more machines, and more time standing still. The fix wasn't merging all the operators into one, it was building a shared payment layer on top of all of them. Suica and Pasmo are IC cards that store a cash balance on a contactless chip. You tap in, tap out, and the right fare gets deducted automatically, no matter which operator ran that leg. Number 2. Highly punctual train schedules. Most transit schedules are built with wiggle room baked in because everyone knows the trains won't actually hit every time. Japan runs on the opposite assumption. The published time is the time. On the Shinkansen, anything over a 1-minute delay gets logged as a reportable incident. That's not a cultural quirk, it's an engineering target. And the control systems that manage train spacing across the network are specifically calibrated to stop small slowdowns from spreading. Number 3. Train platform queue markings. Japan solved the door chaos problem with paint. On almost every platform, there are queue lines marked directly on the floor showing where each train door will stop, with 2 columns per door so boarding passengers wait on either side and exiting passengers walk straight through the middle. Thousands of people moving in opposite directions through a narrow doorway will naturally jam up unless the flow gets organized before the train arrives. The floor markings do that organizing passively, with no staff and no announcements needed. Number 4. Platform screen doors at busy stations. On an open platform, the only thing separating you from an incoming train is a yellow painted line and your own attention. That gap is fine when the platform's quiet, but pack it with rush hour crowds and it becomes a real problem. Platform screen doors fix that completely. They're floor-to-ceiling glass barriers that run the full length of the platform and stay locked until a train stops and the doors line up exactly. Until that happens, you physically can't get to the tracks. This also changes how crowds behave. There's no surge toward the edge as the train pulls in because there's no point in surging. People just stay in their queues. Number 5. Color-coded train lines and route maps. Pull up a Tokyo Metro map for the first time and it looks like a plate of spaghetti. 13 lines crossing each other in every direction, hundreds of stations, dozens of transfer points. But stare at it for 30 seconds and something clicks. Every line has its own color, and that color shows up everywhere. Not just on the map. The Ginza line is orange, and that orange appears on the platform wall tiles, the overhead signs, the arrival screens, and the train itself. So you're never translating a color into a name, you're just following the same color the whole way. Number 6. Clear multilingual station signage. Most multilingual signage fails because it tries to translate everything, and when you put 4 languages on one sign, every language becomes harder to read. Japan's approach is to translate as little as possible. Station names appear in multiple scripts, but arrows, exit numbers, and line codes don't need translation because numbers and symbols work in every language. Every station on a given line gets a letter number code. So Shibuya is JY20 and Shinjuku is JY17 on the Yamanote line. You don't read the station name at all. You just watch the number count up or down. Number 7. Real-time train arrival displays. Waiting for a train you can't see is a specific kind of stress because you don't know if it's 30 seconds out or 5 minutes out, so you just stand there and stay alert the whole time. Japanese station displays kill that uncertainty completely. They show the next 2 or 3 trains, each train's destination, the minutes until arrival, and which cars have open seating versus reserved seating, all updating every few seconds and accurate to within about 30 seconds of the actual arrival. Number 8. Frequent service throughout the day. On Tokyo's Yamanote line, the gap between trains stays under 5 minutes even late at night, and during peak hours it drops to 2 or 3 minutes. At that point, you stop checking the schedule entirely because it just doesn't matter anymore. Running trains that close together requires every other piece of the system to work correctly. Fast boarding, precise stopping, tight platform dwell times. A delay anywhere on the line backs up every train behind it, so the queue markings and screen doors aren't just safety features, they're what makes 2-minute frequency physically possible. Number 9. Coin lockers at major stations. Japan moves a lot of people between cities by train, and those people travel with real luggage, so dragging a suitcase through a packed rush-hour subway car isn't really an option. The answer is coin lockers, and major stations have hundreds of them running in every size from a small day bag up to a full travel suitcase. Most accept IC cards now, and newer installations let you reserve a locker through an app before you even arrive at the station. There's also a luggage forwarding service called Taku Haibin, where you ship your bags directly from one hotel to the next for a flat fee, and they arrive by the next morning. You walk out of the airport carrying almost nothing. Number 10. Tactile paving for visually impaired passengers. There are yellow textured tiles running through almost every Japanese train station, and if you've walked through Japan, you've probably stepped around them without knowing what they do. They're called tenji blocks, and the system uses 2 tile types. Strips with raised parallel lines mean keep walking, you're on a safe path. Tiles with raised dots mean stop because there's a hazard, a platform edge, or a turn coming. A person using a white cane reads the difference instantly through their feet, so the floor itself becomes a navigation system. Number 11. Quiet car and phone etiquette on trains. Get on a Tokyo train during rush hour and it's packed, but it's quiet. No phone calls, no music bleeding out of headphones. Conversations kept low. Every train car has signs that spell out the rules explicitly. Phones on silent, no calls, voices down. This isn't just politeness. A quiet car is one where you can actually hear the PA announcements, catch the station name as it's called, and pick up any alert the system broadcasts. The informational layer of the whole network works better because the background noise isn't competing with it. Number 12. Elevator and escalator access in major stations. Japan's oldest stations were built entirely around staircases, and retrofitting elevator shafts into a functioning station that can't close for construction is genuinely hard engineering. Some stations ended up with 2 or 3 elevators chained together just to cover the vertical distance from street level to platform, because there was no single path that worked. Escalators got the same treatment. Most major stations run them in both directions on every main staircase, and some switch direction automatically based on which way traffic is heavier. Number 13. Seamless transfers between rail, metro, and bus networks. In most cities, switching from a train to a bus means exiting the fare zone, finding a separate stop, buying a new ticket, and figuring out a completely different schedule. The 2 systems don't talk to each other at all. At major Japanese interchange stations, JR lines, private railways, and metro lines share a single connected building, so you walk from one platform to another without going outside or re-entering any ticketing system. Your IC card handles the fare calculation automatically across every operator. Number 14. Precise platform numbering and carriage position guides. Before a Shinkansen pulls in, the platform already looks organized. Passengers are standing in neat rows at specific marked spots, each one lined up at the exact point where their car will stop. Not roughly, exactly. The markers account for different train types too, because a 16-car train stops in a completely different configuration than a 12-car train, and the platform shows both. Your ticket tells you which car and seat you're in, so you walk to that car's marker, stand in the queue, and step straight through the door when it opens. No scanning the platform, no rushing past people to find your number. What that means is every fix Japan made to one part of the system made every other part work better too. Less friction in one place creates less friction everywhere else, and that compounds fast.